"Asleep and dreaming, both of them," said a whispering voice. Was it the voice of the Hamadryad, or their mother's voice as she tucked them in on her usual nightly round of the nursery? "Good." Was that the brown bear gruffly speaking, or Mr. Banks? Jane and Michael, rocking and swaying, could not tell. "We had a strange dream last night," said Jane as she sprinkled sugar over her porridge. "I dreamt we were at the zoo and it was Mary Poppins' birthday, and instead of animals in the cages, there were human beings and all the animals were outside." "Why, that's my dream. I dreamt that too," said Michael, looking very surprised. "We can't both have dreamed the same thing. Are you sure? Do you remember the lion who curled his mane and the seal who wanted us to dive for orange peel?" said Michael. "Of course I do. And the babies inside the cage, and the penguin who couldn't find a rhyme, and the snake." "Then it couldn't have been a dream at all," said Jane. "It must have been true. And if it was—" She looked curiously at Mary Poppins, who was boiling the milk. "Mary Poppins," she said, "could Michael and I have dreamed the same dream?" "You and your dreams," said Mary Poppins, sniffing. "Eat your porridge, please, or you'll have no buttered toast." But Jane would not be put off. She had to know. "Mary Poppins," she said, looking hard at her, "were you at the zoo last night?" Mary Poppins' eyes popped. "At the zoo? In the middle of the night? Me? A quiet, orderly person who knows that early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise?" "But were you?" Jane persisted. "I have all I need of zoos in this nursery, thank you," said Mary Poppins. "Hyenas, orangutans, all of you. Sit up straight and no more nonsense." Jane poured out her milk. "Then it must have been a dream," she said, "after all." But Michael was staring open-mouthed at Mary Poppins, who was now making toast by the fire. "Jane," he said in a shrill whisper. "Jane, look!" He pointed, and Jane too saw what he was looking at. Round her waist, Mary Poppins was wearing a belt made of golden, scaly snakeskin, and on it was written in curving, snaky writing, "A present from the zoo."